At the first glance, this place looks like just another quiet patch of land in Oklahoma, but it holds the forgotten story of a community washed away. And this guy? You're probably wondering who he is. That's my guy, Gary. And it turns out, a Highland Games warrior who joined me straight after tossing actual tree tracks. We're exploring the ghost of the Elbow, an African-American settlement that rose from a resilience. It's a story of migration, survival, and ultimately loss. But walking these grounds with Gary, who knows every path and temple, it's like stepping into living history. So let's find what's left before nature takes the rest.
Old road.
Yeah. So there's a road, but it leads to nowhere. It comes from nowhere. There's the building over there. Let's go check it out and see what it is for.
We're here at the Elbow, black settlement that was established in 1889, I believe, during the Oklahoma land run. They had stores, hospitals, schools. The area here is prone to flooding. It basically got flooded out and completely abandoned it. See what's in here.
Let's go! In the 1890s, many African-American families traveled west in search of opportunity, and their destination, a town called Langston, an old African-American town built from the dream of freedom. But not everyone could make it. Guthrie became the place for those who are financially handicapped. Initially, they lived in abandoned rail cars and wheat houses, until something big happened. The Supreme Court ruled that this land, just west of town, was officially part of Guthrie. After this good news, the settlers started to stake claims.
No? Oh, it's a tin roof. We heard there are some homeless here. So we just want to be careful that we don't startle.
What I came across was an old pavilion, and here's what it looked like back in the day.
My theory would be, you see how it's like so open?
Uh-huh.
Maybe this was like a park area. No windows, kind of a basic structure with just a roof. Maybe a jungle gym set over there, hang out, play outside.
And this is what we found behind pavilion.
So apparently this looks like a bathroom. Let's check it out. What is that?
Yeah, I think
Heater?
it was my grandma had something like that
Oh, really?
in her house, I think. It was like a little heater, separation, maybe men and women.
Oh wow, what is that? Big chair. That's neat. Does it collapse to you?
A fun fact, when we first started to settle the area, there's lots of trees. Evidently, we're gonna use a lot of wood for our building structures. As you can see, they don't last terribly long. But apparently America is like one of the fewer spots that so many structures are built out of wood. Some brick company from somewhere in Kansas, maybe? KAS.
Do you think you can estimate how old this building is?
No. If I had to guess, got asphalt shingle roof. I really have no idea. At least 50.
Gary used to work as a carpenter.
I worked at a lumber yard for a while. That looks like maybe an old bed frame. Yeah, old bed frame. There we go. Nice and comfy. Maybe another smaller house. Old bathtub.
Yeah, is it metal?
Yeah, I think that's steel. Cast iron.
That looks heavy.
Ooh, yeah, that's a heavy one.
And that's
Toilet.
so this is where you poop. I really want to see how it looks like before, like, 60 years ago. I want to see people walking, people living in this area.
It's a ring from an old wooden barrel, I think.
Do you see the building? In our 12 o'clock, we see a brick building. Looks just like a wall. Oh, I see a staircase there. Do you see that? Like huge brick hanging off the wall?
Yeah.
That's scary. But other than that, I think it's very safe to walk around here. Oh, wow, look at that. You want a cool shot? I can get a good picture right there.
Still standing though. Nothing here. That's a lot of weight right here.
Yeah.
They made this. It's like downstairs?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Could have been potentially 3 stories.
Yeah.
One underground.
Right. There's a broken wall of something. Maybe church?
Well, that's neat.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, but I like it. Looking at the framework of the window, maybe may have been the church here.
This remnant was once part of a church building, and here's what it looked like back then.
Holy building.
It looks like a Hulk kind of came in from the wall. Ooh. In case you get lost, your iPhone is the best friend because it's got compass and you don't need a signal to use it.
Technology.
We are heading northwest. Right around there, we saw some structure. We found a new structure in the wood. What's left behind is foundation, but still, it tells a story. I had a story before. People used to live here, worked here, ate, slept, had fun just like we do in 2025. The place like that now looks like this. Sits still, abandoned, but it looks like a chimney.
It's got some lag screws. It's really heavy to be mounted on the wall. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting looking.
Let me know what you think it is.
Did this place have 2 chimneys?
Looks like it, isn't it? There's one there.
This was a house to be at in the winter. 2 chimneys, nice and cozy.
What is it? Caucus?
Yep.
Is that a raccoon?
Could be.
Looks like a drone too.
Drone.
Well, anyway, what we see now is just some rusted appliances. But they meant something. Someone lived here. This was their home.
Found a washing machine. It's perfect. I think we need one.
Clothes in there. They're nice and clean.
So we found a house with a roof. The portion on the floor is missing. There's a tarp over, and some people tried to stay here overnight.
To be honest, I felt a little disappointed at first. Just scattered the foundations in the forest. I'd expected buildings and something more visible. I didn't know anything about airborne before today. And really, only history and the people who lived here can tell us what it used to be. But here's what this journey taught me. You don't need to be an expert to connect with a place. You just need to be open. I'm learning this in real time. Just like you. I came here expecting all the buildings, but I left with something else. A story I never knew existed, and maybe that's the real reason we explore. So every journey starts with a single spark of curiosity. Stay inspired, stay adventurous, and most importantly, stay magnetic. Until next time, my friends.